Hey fellow farmers, this is Bunto and welcome to the account review for Nightfallxx. Now before I start, I just want to say I'm doing this account review as a thank you for the summons that I just did for him. So if you do want me to do an account review for you, as far as I know, I don't see any other YouTubers doing this as a thank you for letting them do a summons for a viewer. So this is a thank you to Nightfall for letting me do a summons for him. Okay, so if you do want me to do a review for you, you're gonna have to let me summon for you as well too. Okay, as this does take a lot of effort right here, me analyzing and of course guiding him and telling what to do. But anyways, moving on. So if you just came from that summoning video, you would know that I got him a Rika, which is, I'm so happy that I got him something because the last two summoning sessions were pretty garbage. But anyway, so let's get into his monster box and start the review. So just a quick little information about him. So if you do see like a little creature running around, don't mind him. It's my dog. Yeah, don't mind him. He's just wandering around. But anyways, yeah, so just a little information about him. He does end off as Fighter 3 usually in Arena. His GB10 team is around 4 minutes, which, let's see here, which includes Vert, Bella, Ariel, Bernard, Orochi / Julie. And his DB10 team is less than 5 minutes, Vero, Bella, Ariel, Veljul, and Beretta. Okay, currently cannot farm Necro. That's completely fine where you are at the stage in the game. You don't really need to farm Necros too much. I myself actually do not farm Necros that much either, as it is my slowest dungeon that I can farm. Alright, and let's see here. He can complete TOA 100, TOA normal, with the male boss, but he gets stuck on Lilith, which is the female boss, and TOA hard is stuck around 40. That's fine. You don't need to really worry about the TOA hard. Just whatever you can get as far as you can with the current team that you have. Don't concentrate on it, because I'm telling you this now, you would have to dedicate like literally a lot of time in order to do it. Like if you want to do it, you actually have to fully dedicate to do it, and it takes some time because you have to build a lot of monsters for it. Whereas TOA normal, you can kind of just use the monster that you currently have and you'll be able to succeed. Like I'll tell you what I mean. All right, so yeah, so I know in my previous review video I was kind of all over the place, which kind of sucked, which yeah, but I'm gonna try to be a little bit more organized this time. So I'm gonna kind of make a little timeline for myself. So what I want to do first is I'm going to be reviewing his current Nat 5s that he has, because I think it's very, very important that he knows how to build the current Nat 5s that he has and where they can be used, or where they can be useful. All right, so he does have a Ariel, and Ariel is really, really good. All right, let's see what you have on him. Okay, so you have yeah, this seems to be a good build. So you have him built on Violent Endure, which is pretty good. Let's see what his stats are here. So you have a ton of HP on him, some defense, and speed. Yeah, so this is like a very standard beginner's build for him, I guess. That you just need him there for the heals, right? So he's probably like your best healer, because I'm just looking here. Oh no, you have a Praha too. And Praha is also very, very good. All right. Anyways, yeah. Yeah. Ariel is very good. Of course, you could use him in Arena. With the current build that you have him on, is already pretty good. Of course, in Guild Wars too, because he is a healer. Now, where else do you use him? Oh, so you use him in also your Giants and your Dragons team. Yeah, I mean, he is a good healer. Although I think Bella would be enough, but that depends on how much damage you can output. But anyways, he's also very, very good in raids. He's a very good frontline tank. A frontline tank that can heal and that has a smart heal is very, very good. And actually, my dream R5 frontline team is Diaz, the Dark Death Knight, which I don't have because I was not playing at the time of the HOH, and also Ariel. Those two to me would be the perfect frontline tanks, just because he can heal. So that means you don't have to have a additional healer in the back, or you can have an additional healer in the back. It just makes it a lot more safe. So if you want, you can build him speed. Okay, hang on a second. Speed, defense, HP, or even HP, defense, defense for raids later on. I'm not. Do you do raids at all? I don't think it says anywhere here. But yeah, like you should. If you do want to use him in raids, if you start just looking at your box, you're probably gonna start at R3, so you can go speed, defense, HP, and he'll do so well in frontline raids. He'll be one of your mains, trust me. All right, yeah. So moving on, and you also have the Villagewel. Sorry, I can get you the Illagewel that you wanted to make the trio, but yeah, you already have two of the Archangels, and they are just very, very good support healers. So let's see here. You built him for a lot of defense that I see. So I'm assuming you probably do use him in raids. But yeah, just replace him. Actually, you can use the both of them in raids if you like. For the R3, you'll be fine. Of course, you have to switch them up later because they don't apply any debuffs. But you know, just like beginning R3, these two are okay. Just put more defense on him. But anyways, yeah, for Villagewel, he is pretty good in raids too as well. But I'm not too sure as how his AI is now, because before I did make an R5 raid video, and I did say that his AI is really, really bad in that. And that was like a few months ago, and yeah, his AI was really, really bad. He wouldn't use his sanctuary for like the longest time. It was really, really weird. But they did since added an update where they sort of fixed his AI. I haven't seen it in action yet because I don't have one, and also yeah, I haven't fought too many Villagewels, so I'm not too sure. But I'm gonna assume and give the benefit of the doubt to come to us that they did fix it, so he would be very good in raids as well. But he is kind of slow here. You do have him on a good build. Let's see here. So you have him on defense, crit damage, defense. So you want to build him as an attacker, but you don't have to actually, because his second skill here is let's see here, punishment. Yeah. So it is based off of his defense, which is good, but what most people use him for is his sanctuary. Okay, it removes all harmful effects on the allies and granting them immunity for 3 turns. So meaning, it's not like Chloe, you know, where Chloe, like let's say your Veramos or whatever is stunned, your Chloe will cast the Fanatic, but you know, your Vermos is still stunned, right? Because it doesn't remove anything. It just adds the immunity and the invincibility. But Villagewel's Sanctuary removes that. So if they're stunned, it removes that. So they are no longer stunned. So he's very useful for his Sanctuary. Not so much as his second skill. His second skill and first skill are there just for bonus. Literally, it's just there for bonus. People usually use him for his Sanctuary. So I would suggest replacing this with a speed rune. You can keep everything else, it's fine. But maybe you do want to go him on a little bit more on the subs, the speed subs, because this also increased attack bar by 30%. So it's really nice if he's going fast and he violent procs and gets in a lot of turn and just keeps putting up immunity and keeps increasing attack bar by 30%. So he's also a very good guild. Yeah, he's decent in arena, and he's even much better in guild war, just because there's less monsters there to counter him. So he's very good in guild war. So like all you need to do here is literally just change this into a speed rune and focus a little bit more on speed. But everything else seems to be okay. Yeah, everything else is okay. I would even go as far as to just put him on speed defense. Yeah, speed defense, or speed defense HP if you can't get his HP high enough. But yeah, and also of course you can use him in dragons, which you are already using because of his immunity, his sanctuary. It does help not dying. So he's actually, yeah, he's very good. But yeah, what else? Yeah. So just change out, just give him more speed. Just give him more speed. All right, and let's see here. Okay, so usually I judge an account by how fast the Bernard is. That's how you can kind of know where they are in the game. So let me check out your Bernard. All right, so 239 speed, not bad. Fighter 3, you can get Conqueror. I'm assuming you don't rush. So I think if you rush, you can totally get Conqueror, because just looking at your Bernard speed, that's pretty decent. That's very decent. That's pretty good. Good job. All right, let's see here. Is your Veramos built properly? Yeah, speed, HP. It's good enough. If you're doing giants, you just literally want him to live and apply debuffs. All right, so what's your Nat 5s? Oh, okay, so you just have the Praha left. So you have really good support monsters, which is really good, because good support monsters are hard to come by. So let's just check out your Praha here. So she is only 5 stars, so that means you probably just got her recently. Definitely you don't need to 6-star her right away, because you already do have the aerial, and he's pretty good for healing already. What Praha will just give you is I guess the strip on her second skill, because she does heal and is pretty good, but you already have an aerial for that. But her second skill, which strips and replaces the buffs with dots instead, which is really good for arena, but you don't really need that yet. But yeah, she will be very good later on. You'll find that you would need her second skill quite often once you get higher up there in the arena. All right, and let's see, you have her on Despair Revenge, which is good. That's how you want to build her. So you are probably going on Reddit and whatnot and looking at reviews. The crit rate though, I would just go speed HP. Really, that's just speed HP and get her as much HP and speed as possible. Any resistance too, if necessary. But again, she is more of a late game monster, so you don't really need to concentrate on her right now. But if you do want to build her speed HP, try to get her like with a lot of resistance, of course, and then as much speed and HP as you possibly can. Like on Revenge is okay too, but I find that late game Nemesis is the way to go. But again, you're not there yet, so this is right now what you have is actually perfectly fine. It's actually perfectly fine, but she will do better with HP Rune here. All right, and yeah, you could use her in. She's also very good in raids too, because of her resist leader. It's really nice. You can actually also put her as a frontline. You have a lot of monsters that are very good for frontline, just because her base. Oh, she's only 5 stars, so you can't see it here. So yeah, so if you're ever wondering like what a monster looks like when they're fully 6-starred and level 40, and you don't want to go on and search online, you can just go into the monster, click on the thing here, and then just click on the first guy or the first 2 guy, and then you'll see that they're level 40 here, and then you can just see their base stats. So Praha does have really good base stats. She does have really good defense and HP stats. So yeah, so it'd be pretty good to build her as a frontline tank. Again, just because she heals. Like frontline tanker should for raids should do at least 2 jobs. They should tank, and then they should do something else, right? So your Praha, she can tank and she can heal. That's very good. Not too many tankers can heal, right? So for example, who do I use currently as tank? I use a Darien, right? Because he tanks, applies armor break, attack break, and also has a damage reduction of 15%. So but with heals is really good. I'd rather have a healer up there, and she also has 41% resist, so it's very good. So yeah, you can use her in arena. You're probably not using her now, but again, later on in the game, she'll be much more useful. All right, and yeah, and okay, so let's talk about your Rika that I just pulled you. So I'm just gonna review her skills really quickly. So her first skill, I do have an Annabelle, so it's similar. So her first skill, once fully maxed, she'll have a 30% chance to put the enemy monster to sleep, and once she does put them to sleep, she gets an additional turn. So building her on violent is actually very, very fun because it resets each other. Because you know, if you violent once, the 22% is actually decreased by 70%. So I think you only have something like 5 or 7% chance to do violent proc again. But with skills that resets and gives you an extra turn, it actually resets everything. It resets the violent proc as well. And but this one, of course, it probably has its own procking mechanism. Pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. But anyways, but yeah, so it just kind of resets each other, which is really good. So running her on violent, she'll just get so many turns in and so annoying. All right, and her second skill is an AOE attack that does stun. 50% chance to stun. Ooh, 60% chance once fully skilled, and it's 3 turns. Like you don't need any skill ups. It's already 3 turns. It's so awesome. And her second skill, once fully skilled, will be 4 turn cooldown, and it'll have a 50% chance to decrease attack speed and put on dots for 2 turns. So she can put on 3 dots for 2 turns. So each dot will do 10% over time, and there's 3 of them. So that'll do wait, that's it. So that'll do like 30%. So it's really, really good. So basically, if you land everything, she'll do 30% damage to all monsters. So in TOA hard, she's very, very good. And of course, TOA normal is also, it's also good. You can use the same tactics. It's just that in TOA normal, you can brute force if you have really good runes. Like you can just use whatever monster you kind of want, but you have really good runes, you can just clear it with almost anything in TOA normal. But in TOA hard, no matter how good your runes are, you still need to use certain monsters in order to beat it. And Rika is totally one of those monsters because she can slow and also dot, which is very, very good. All right, and of course she can stun too. So she's really good. Building despair on her is actually also very, very good. She'll be able to CC like crazy, and CC is crowd control, so meaning she can stun like crazy. So violent or despair is very, very good. Yeah, and also the other thing you're probably thinking, oh, what if I put her on revenge, and she procs revenge, hits them, and puts them to sleep? Does she get another turn? And the answer is no, she doesn't. I read up about this, and I've experienced it myself, because I thought, oh, hey, on Annabelle I'll put revenge, and she'll proc an extra turn when she sleeps, but she doesn't. If you read here, it only does it when it's on her turn. So when she revenge, that doesn't count as her turn. That just counts as she is revenging off of being attacked off of the enemy monster's turn. So it doesn't count as her turn, only when it's on her turn. All right. So yeah, so you can actually also use her in arena as well as a AOE fire damage nuker. It's just good. She has 2 AOEs. This one is not as strong as the third skill, of course, because it does stun. But yeah, this I believe the multiplier on this one is pretty decent. But yeah, you can have fun testing her out. All right. So yeah, enough of that. So let's go. So we did review all of his Nat5s. Actually, let me check his box to see what he has. Or I mean, not his box. I already checked his box. His storage units. Let's see here. Oh, hey, you do have a Spectra. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, this is exactly how I build my Spectra. Pretty good. Of course, just you don't have that good of a runes yet, so you just need to farm more. But yeah, you're on the right track. Speed, crit damage, crit rate, and accuracy. That's exactly what I have my Spectra on. Violent focus. Mine is Violent Broken set, but you know, it still works. All right, and yeah, so you don't have a Theomars yet either, eh? But you are building a Mav, so you know what you're doing, which is good. Let's see here. Yeah, you don't have a Theomars, but yeah, let me. Okay, so Amir. Okay, yeah, so Amir is really good. If you've been watching some of my videos, I do use him from time to time. His damage is really, really strong. Yeah, he's really good for arena. I think just mostly for arena, for this skill specifically, because the more debuffs he has on him, the more damage he does. 30% more. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. So yeah, so you're gonna wanna, so you're gonna wanna speed, crit damage, and attack, and get as close to 100% crit rate as possible. I have mine at 84. But yeah, because he's just really strong. And of course, when you awaken him, he gets an extra 15% crit rate. So that's really nice. So it just helps build easier. And yeah, Tessarion, I don't have one, but you do. So congrats to you. His passive Oblivion is very, very nice. It does block passive, so it makes some TOA stage a lot easier, especially TOA hard, where the passives just matters that much more because the boss or the any monsters has a lot more HP. All right, let's see here. Yeah, okay. All right, so I do see here that you do have a Hua. She's very good. She's very strong. I use her in. She's my main damage dealer in R5. She is also in my Dragons team, and yeah, and what else? I do use her in Necros as well, but not anymore though. Since I changed her runes around, she's too fast now, so I'm not really using her there. But if you build her slow enough, she can. Like this speed is okay, 150. So as long as she goes last, you can use her in Necros, but you don't really need that yet. All right, so yeah, so let's see here. Let's talk about your Giants team. So for your Giants team, so currently you're doing around 4 minutes. Vero, Bella, Ariel, Bernard, and Orion / Julie. All right, so let's see if we can make your team faster here. Let's see here. How can we change this? So Amir does actually help farm it quicker because of his AoE damage dealing, but it's not that safe for you. Let me think here. Actually, how strong is your, okay? And all right. So yeah, so try this. I'm not sure how strong your guys are, but just looking at your box, you can actually use Verabella. You don't have to use the aerial, but you can try to stick in. Even yeah, Tanya's pretty good. She does do a lot of damage as well. So yeah, so just try to replace your aerial with another damage dealer. Bernard is good too, but yeah, so just try to replace your aerial with another damage dealer. Just see how that works. Like I see here you use either Orochi or Julie. Maybe try using both. Yeah, as it would decrease your time. I'm not too sure about your rune quality, how it is, but I guess just keep farming and building up your runes until you don't need your aerial anymore, and then just try to add in another damage dealer. Like Amir would be awesome. Amir would be very, very good. Or even your Orochi or your Julie, just because you use. I'm assuming you rotate between them because you only have the one slot available. So yeah, so I would say just work to make it so that you can take out your Ariel and your Bernard, because they are slowing your team down. They are making it safer, but they are slowing it down by not doing any damage. Okay, so yeah, so work on your runes, work on your core. All right, work on your Veramos and your Bella, because you're gonna you're going to really need those guys. Those should be your core monsters pretty much everywhere, and I'm assuming they probably are. When you're fighting in arena, you're probably using them there too. All right, so make them really strong because you need your core monsters there and able to carry you. Rune is very important. Like right now, I just pulled your Rika. She is awesome, but if you don't have the runes for her, she's not that good. Just like I made the homunculus the other day, and I didn't have the runes for him, so he is not that great right now, and I'm very sad about that. So I'm currently farming up. All right, but yeah, you do have a area here. She's also very good. Okay, yeah, because of her third skill here, she just applies so many debuffs. She's awesome. All right, but yeah, so for your Giants team, just work on your core units and try to make it so that you can take out Ariel and Bernard, so you can stick in more damage dealers. Of course, Tanya's not bad, or the Amir. I don't know if you want a 6-star Tanya. That's I built her before, but I haven't 6-star her. I don't know if she's worth it, but Amir is totally worth it to 6-star. He is a nat 5 that is given to you by Come To Us from the Ifrit scrolls, and he can dish out a ton of damage. And I'm just looking here, you don't have too many damage dealers, especially any that are AoE, so he is very good. Again, you do have him on Fatal, which is good. I built mine Fatal Blade. Just speed, crit damage, attack. Try to get as much attack, crit damage, and attack. I already said attack and speed as you can. All right, and of course you want a speed tune. But anyways, let's see here. What else? Yeah, so you do have an Orion as well. Orion is very annoying in arena and Guild War defense. So I was told he's totally worth it to 6-star, and it's very easy to build him. Just speed, HP, or speed, HP, accuracy. Of course, you want to get as much accuracy on him as possible. If you can't get that high of an accuracy, put an accuracy on slot 6. You can build him swift focus or violent focus. Of course, you want him to be as fast as possible. So, you determine there if you want him on swift or violent. Of course, violent is more of an endgame build. So in the beginning, you might want to build him on swift. All right. Yeah. So let's move on to your dragons team. So you do it in about less than 5 minutes. Verobella, Ariel, Veljo, and Beretta. Okay, so I'm assuming you go right tower and then dragons. Yeah, I mean that looks like what you do. So yeah, that would take about 5 minutes. So dragons team is actually a little bit more straightforward to make to make faster, actually, because giants is pretty much you need the runes to be able to do it to do it faster. Yeah, for the longest time, my dragons team was a lot faster than my giants team, just because I didn't have the runes. I had the proper team for it, but I didn't have the runes. All right, so for just to increase your time by you can totally increase it by much faster. So again, make your core strong, Vero and Bella, because as you can see here, you use him in giants and also dragons, right? So make them stronger. All right, so I would replace Ariel, probably keep Veljo, just because he makes it a lot safer for you. And so replace Ariel and Beretta. All right, so you're gonna want to replace them with 2 more monsters, of course. So you can replace with I think you have one. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Megan. Megan is very good for dragons. Very good. All right. Her second skill is Toad Poison, so it puts up a debuff there that can't that makes it so that the enemy can't put any buffs on, but of course the dragon can, because it removes any debuffs and then applies the immunity. But this does also remove any any buffs that's currently on. Well, not any buff, removes 1. All right, and the dragons only has 1 anyways, the immunity. So it works a lot like Bella's Seize. And the AI is just as smart. She will only use it if the immunity is up, just like Bella. So if you put on Megan, you'll have 2 chances of removing immunity. So if your Bella's miss, your Megan will have a chance. All right, so you have two chances there. So you can go straight for the dragon like this. Okay, and of course her third skill is also very useful. It buffs attack bar by 20%, and also increase attack and defense for 2 turns. So that is very, very helpful. It'll make you do more damage, and also at the same time makes you more tankier. So she's very, very good. All right, so adding her in instead of Ariel will totally decrease your time, and now you just need a attack monster, right? So you just need a damage dealer, and Hua is a very good damage dealer for the dragons, because she does have really good multipliers on her first and second skill, because her first skill is scales off of speed. So the faster she is, the more damage it adds, and also her passives gives her more damage as well, because she has a 20% chance to attack twice. So she'll do 2 swings instead of 1, and also it does decreases the enemy's attack bar by 25%. And of course, this happens with a 20% chance of proccing. So essentially, you can decrease the enemy's attack bar by 50% if she swings twice, and then the decrease activates twice. So that really helps as well. And yeah, if you see in my Hua, she's really good. If you've seen her in action, she's really, really good. You can use her anywhere, right? Yeah, you can even use her in Giants too, to make it more safe, as she will only go for the crystals instead of the golems. So then, because the crystals do a lot of damage, the 2 on the side. All right, so yeah, definitely build Hua. She is totally worth it to 6-star. You can use her in Giants, Dragons, Necros, Arena. Well, not Arena is not as good. Yeah, Arena is not as good. She's decent in Guild War, not really the best, but she is very, very, because you're already building her for the other 3 dungeons. She's totally useful there. She's like one of the like top 5 damage dealers. Okay, maybe top 10 damage dealers because of all the new recent buffs. Top 10 damage dealers in raids. Like if you see her, she's so commonly used there, just because she's so great. All right. And yeah, she's also good in TOA normal and TOA hard, just because of her decreasing the enemy's attack bar. It's really, really strong. All right, so she's totally worth it to build. So yeah, so I think that would be your Dragons B10 team for now, until you get a Vert. Of course, once you get a Vert, you can of course get rid of the Vero Jewel, because I don't think you would need him anymore. All right, so Vero, Bella, Megan, Vero Jewel, and Hua. I think this team is pretty safe, and you can go straight for the dragon with this team. Of course, just make sure your Hua has more damage and more HP. Let's see here. Oh, she has defense on. Yeah, so just change it for like HP and attack for these slots, and she should be fine. So yeah, so you're doing like around 5 minutes or less. So with this team, hopefully you can get down to 4 minutes or maybe under 4 minutes with this team. Okay, if you're just going for a straight dragon. Okay, so again, it's Vero, Bella, Megan, Vero Jewel, and Hua. Those would be very, very good. All right, so far I covered what did I cover? Cover your monsters, giants, dragons, and yeah, you're not farming necros yet. So yeah, so you don't really need to farm necros really, because those runes that you get from there are end game. But by the time you get there, you'll know what to do. Trust me. So don't worry about it right now. Like even I'm not even farming it. My team is like literally 3 minutes. No, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So it's very, very slow. I don't really farm it at all. So yeah, I don't pay any attention. So you don't have to worry about that for now. So for now, just work on your giants and your dragons team. Try to get those to be a lot faster, because you just want to be able to farm a lot faster than you can right now, because the rune rate, the drop rates for runes are pretty garbage, but you can increase it by just being able to farm faster. Like when I first started, I would do like 2-hour sessions farming dragons, right? And now to do whatever amount of runs. But now to do the same amount of runs, it would take me like half an hour instead, or 20 minutes instead of 2 hours. I would farm exactly the same time I would take, exactly the same amount of runs I would take in 2 hours, but in like 20 minutes. Just because I increased my time by so much more. When I first started Dragons, it was like 5 minutes and something, right? Going right tower and then Dragons. But now my runs are like 1 minute. So it's a lot faster, so I can get in a lot more runs a lot quicker and just make it so I can have more runes. So really, you just want to concentrate on your runes. Yeah, and for TOA, as you probably noticed, just as long as you can do DB10, I believe you can do TOA 100. Like that's just how it works. As soon as I was able to do DB10, I found that TOA 100 was not as difficult because I put in the time and effort into making my DB10 team and making them strong, and I realized some of the monsters I used there is also usable in TOA, and that just really helped. So yeah, and for Lilith, actually I really do want you to beat her since you are currently stuck on her. So you do have let's see here, you do have a Spectra, so Spectra is good. So I would try something like Beretta, Spectra. Let's see, you do probably use Aerial, or yeah, use Aerial. Let's see here. Okay, not too much to work with, so I'm just gonna get out of that. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. So go Beretta. So five monsters. So Beretta, Spectra, definitely. If you have a Basalt, the dark Mammoth, he's also very good. His provoke and his heal and applying defense is also very good. And his third skill is a nuke, which is really nice. You have the water one? Okay, so the water one's also very good. So let me just check. Wrong button. Monster box. All right. So let me just show you the monster that I'm talking about here. Where is he? All right. Polar Roar. Yeah. So Talk is also very good for TOA. Of course, if building the Dark Mammoth is also good. I never build a Talk, but they do pretty much the same things. Talk is more tanky though. His first skill does provoke, which is very nice, so you can just constantly provoke the boss. And his second skill does heal off of proportionate to his max HP, and also gives a defense buff for 2 turns. So it just makes your guys more tanky. So yeah, so I would go, actually let me just go into TOA, it's easier to show here because everything's here. Alright, so yeah, so I would go like Beretta, Bernard would be good, and you do need a healer, so I think Aerial. Oh, you don't have a Talk, of course. Let's see here. Vermos is good because he does stun and he does apply dots. All right, so you can try this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if you had the if you had the water mammoth, it would be a good fit here, as it does really does help with the provoke. Really helps. You do need a provoke when you're facing strong boss monsters in TOA and TOA hard. You find that provoke is really good in TOA hard. So if you can provoke her, it's really good. All right. Actually, do you even need this Bernard here? Probably not. You do have a Spectra. Yeah, so I would try something like this. Beretta, Spectra, Aerial, and Vermos, and then you can stick in. Who else would help you here? Oh, because you do need some more damage. 'Cause here you don't really have any damage because you are relying on dots. So you would need like at least another damage dealer monster. Let's see. So you're probably having a hard time at the, I don't know if you can get to her. You probably can, but actually no. I think that the before levels are actually a little bit harder than than getting to her, because once you get to her, it's just you just use the monsters that you have and just kind of use the same tactics over and over again, right? You stun or you decrease the attack bar to 0, and then you just dot and slow. But yeah, so so you can try this as your core, and then just kind of swap out with different monsters that you have here to try to beat her. Again, just looking at your rune quality here, you can't really brute force her down. So you kind of need to play the long game and dot her down, and just kill her while while she's stunned, really. So maybe a Hua here would be good too. So just kind of re-rune her and give her a little better runes, and yeah, and it should be good. So actually Ariel here might not be too good either, because he does give heals, but he doesn't give any defense or anything like that. So like if you can replace Ariel with like a Talk or something like that, it'll be very good as well. All right. But yeah, so just try that out and see what happens. All right, and I think I covered everything. Let's see, arena. Yeah, you don't really have to worry about arena too much. Again, just looking at your box, you can totally get Conqueror if you rush. Yeah, so just continually build your dragons and giants team to be as fast as possible. So you're really gonna want to work on your core, your Veramos and your Bella. They're gonna be your bread and butter, okay? Until you get Vert, he'll just make it so much easier for you. All right, but yeah, so that's it for the review. If you do want me to review for you, just check earlier to the beginning of this video, you understand. All right, so yeah, so that's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing, and watch my other videos. And until next time, happy farming.